Hey guys, Mike here. So, oh boy, what a day in the market. And this is one of these videos I'm going to do where it's to calm people down and tell you what the heck is going on. Okay. And again, on this channel, we just tell it like it is. All right. And so you have 7 things, probably more than that, but I could find 7. They're all hitting at once. And when you're in an algo driven market, which hopefully, I and many other people have proven that's what, runs this market is computers, right? You get these quick sell downs, right? And we're in this period, which, I didn't do last week's video for nothing when I was on vacation for you guys, and do it for the members 2 or 3 weeks ago about what a topping market looks like. I mean, we're at the top or anything like that, but what it starts to look like and things you start to see are huge swings in the daily time frames, right? These what? NVIDIA, which I'll show you, by the way, going up, like a freaking mega cap going up 15% in one day. And by the way, that's never happened before. That was a record, okay? And so we'll go through that as well, and then we're going to spend a lot of time on the S&P chart, what we need to be looking for, and this will always use the word if they want to continue pushing this up. And this is why I also say this is why I watched the futures market overnight. When they pumped this thing last night again, and most people don't know that, but they pumped it up again, driving into the day. I'm going to show you, I'm going to get more technical with this and show you something I normally don't show you, because it just seems confusing, but I'll show you what got hit today, and you'll see the cascade, and you'll understand why. I'll explain it to you, okay? And then, of course, we'll talk about some earnings and more economic data tomorrow, okay? But understand, just to make sure I'm not lying here, when it comes to presidential elections, August is bullish, all right? Normally, it is not. That's why I said sell in August and go away versus sell in May and go away. Well, 100% of the time, it's been bullish going the last 20 years or so whatever that is, 5 elections, it's been green in August, just so you know that. Okay. Now, what's happening here? We got all of a sudden this news out of the Middle East again. Iran's closing their airspace. Them and their allies are threatening to strike, which, is going to be interesting. There's a reason why I'm going to go on the S&P chart, and we'll talk more about this. So all that news is hitting about us sending warships, whether it's true or not, all that good stuff, right? What else is happening? This is important, okay? Not that I'm an expert on this, but I can talk about it enough. You got the spreads, right, in the bond market. Well, they're going up. The market does not like this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about when I say the market does not like this. But when you look at it, again, it's just one-day spike. Okay, so one-day spike, and this is the IEI, which is like the 3 to 7 year bonds, versus HYG, which is the junk bonds, right? And remember, the junk bond's doing good. Usually the whole bond market's good. But you can see when it spikes, right? Not good, okay? Spikes here. We're going to throw the market over this so you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so again, spikes, not a good thing. It freaks the market out when this happens, okay? Even on these little bitty ones. So let's throw the SPY over this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see, because that was a big spike today in spreads, okay? And it spooks the market. It triggers algos to freak out and start selling like crazy. But as you can see, when it spikes, and it's an inverse relationship, where does the market go? Right, so in these spreads, you hear people about spreads in the bond market, right? And so you can see right here, spikes, boom, we get a sell-off or sideways action. Again, the right here in 2018 spike, we dropped 20% on that one. 2020 is right there. So when things are not good, you get these spikes, and you can see it. I mean, you just see it. It's an inverse relationship. When it spikes, the market doesn't like it. It goes down, and it goes down pretty quickly. All right, so just understand that. Again, we got one day, folks, one day. One day does not make a market. One day does not make direction, any of that, okay? So it's something we're going to track, which means I'm going to drag it for us, okay? Every single day if I have to, but I probably won't report on every day if nothing happens, okay? So again, not to freak you out, to make you aware of it. Here's HYG junk bonds. Look at this. One red day, and all of a sudden people are calling for the end of the world, all right, after how many green days? And I said, I got these white lines right here for a reason, right? These support lines. When those break, oh yeah, the crap's hitting the fan, okay? So just understand that. And you got the 10 years dropping below 4%. You can tell it's been dropping. Look at the thing dropping like crazy. And the reason why it dropped so hard today, especially, is because of what happened. You had jobs data come out. More people filed for unemployment once again than they thought, right? And then you had the manufacturing PMI come out. Are we still in contraction? Oh yeah, right? Like nothing good in that report. We have been in a recession in manufacturing in this country for at least, I've been saying 3 years, because we've been in a contraction the whole time. The only thing that's held us up is our economy is 70% services. Once our politicians many years ago, or however many years it's been, sold out all the blue collar workers in this country. How you still like those people, I do not know. And they shipped everything to China to be made. Okay, so we don't make much here anymore. So we're 70% services based. That is not been in contraction. It's been on the teeter on the edge or whatever, but that's somewhat holding up, okay? But manufacturing is a mess. Ask anybody that works in it. Now, You go over here. What else has happened? You have index like the QQQ. I told you it's not the fall through. It is the rejection. So what do? We got the test today. Got rejected off the 50. Big red candle down. Now we're sitting right there on the 100. Again, they close us like right inside that channel again. Okay, but you got a rejection on a major type of index here, right? You go over here. AMD, massive rejection off the 200. It's down like 10% since that happened, right? It was flying on earnings and boom. There we go. And I'll go into the margins of AMD and NVIDIA in another video, probably maybe Sunday's video, because somebody's asking about that because there's a major difference. NVIDIA, there you go. Major rejection off the 50 moving average. Okay, so your 50, your 100, 200, those are major moving averages. Okay, and again, I said the 21 is really what you look for in NVIDIA, but it didn't even make it to that, so you don't have to worry about that. And they pushed this one up overnight too, all the way to 121.87 before we even opened the market. Microsoft. Rejection off the 100 moving average, still below that trend line. What else we got going on? You got this going on for the last couple of days with the Bank of Japan, right? And the carry trade. I'm no expert in the carry trade, so feel free in the bottom to put something in there if you are, maybe 7 sentences describing what this is. But they're raising rates, right? And more importantly, the market don't like the fact they've already said they're going to do it even more, okay? And so that is something you can remember. They've been running negative rates for a long time. And then you got this stuff going on, right? Then, again, NVIDIA sets a record. Look at NVIDIA. Out of the top 10 moves, right, on single day market cap gains, how many is NVIDIA? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're half of them. And yes, that was a record yesterday. Okay. And so again, that's something else going on. Now, getting into the S&P, if you wondered why the saying is the market takes the stairs up and the elevator down, is this right here. You can just see it. Look, just take stairs up, just stepping up, stepping up, stepping up, stepping up. Whoa, elevator down, right? And we step up, step up, step up for a number of months, could be a year, whatever it is. And then, oh, elevator down, right? It's quick, like it's really fast, right? And then we jump back up. And so we'll see if we're fixing to take an elevator down again. Now, understand this is what happened this morning. The market got pushed up overnight. It opens up, right? What happens is, though, they have pushed us into a bearish order block. That is this. I hope this is red. It may be color. I'm colorblind. But that's a bearish order block. You see how quickly we sold down when it hit it? You see how quickly before when the order block was formed the first time, how quickly we sold off? That's what happened. And what it is you have sellers just sitting there, millions of billions probably dollars worth of orders, right? And then, wow, it just gets triggered and you get this waterfall effect, okay? And it happens sometimes. Same thing, where do we bounce here? See the different color down there? I think that's blue, right? That's a bullish order block. As soon as we hit it, we bounced. There's orders sitting there, okay? Doesn't mean we can't fall through it. Doesn't mean we can't push through a bullish order block. None of that stuff, right? Especially once the orders are taken up. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I mean, you get the point. Hopefully I'm trying to say, right? Now, the bears are in charge right now, right? They got the RSI pushed below the 50. They got the MACD, looks like it's trying to go below that zero line, which you do not want. Above the zero, bulls are in charge. Below that zero on the MACD, bears are in charge, okay? Now, getting rid of those, again, look at the moving average. Where are we sitting on the S&P? We're sitting right on the 50 moving average. Again, it's not about falling through a moving average. It's about the retest. Well, you can see the S&P was able to get back above it, kind of hold it. Now it's sitting there right on top of it, right below that trend line. And you can see that shaded area right there. We've hit it 1, 2, 3 times and bounced. We're about to try to maybe test it for a fourth. We'll have to see. You would think after a big move down today, we would try to pull up. If we come down, it easily minimum 5,300 to 5,340, somewhere in there, if we break that shaded area, for sure. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One reason I would say that is because I didn't pull up any moving averages. I'm sure the 100's sitting down there. But looking at this, going back to order blocks, what do you have? Right? You have order blocks. So if it's order sitting here, you have a bullish order block, and beneath that, you have a bullish breaker. It's a bullish breaker is when there was a bearish order block, got broke above. See how we pushed through it? Because there was no order sitting there. We pushed right through it. Boom. So that would be support too. Okay, I know people think that's like magic or whatever, but that's true. So you have a lot of support going from 53 to 53, 35, 53, 40, somewhere in there, okay? If we do push down through that shaded area. So just watch out for that. We'll have to break the 100 to get down there too. Now, what did you see going green today? TLT. Why is TLT going green? Because, again, I'm going to keep the market on this, because they're expecting a rate cut, all right? And when rates get cut, even if the market goes down, TLT normally goes up. Okay, that's just the way it is, because people go for safety. People go into bonds, okay? And they'll go into these ETFs which have bonds. What else was it? Yes, and this is something I'll just see all over Twitter too. The utilities, the healthcare, consumer staples, these are all defensive rotations, no doubt. Is it a big one? we'll see, right? Because when you look, that's that ticker right there that has all the Mag 7 plus, I believe I put another one in there for you. It's like 80 of the top largest stocks in the NASDAQ, down about 0.5%. That ain't bad, but we got to watch the financials. I just said this yesterday. I'm going to start watching them, and they were down today, so we got to watch those, okay? So again, before I even get into earnings, down below, if we go down, you're going to have the 100 moving average setting somewhere between, it's a moving average, so it moves between 5,300, 5,340. Going to have a bullish order block, going to have a bullish break, all this stuff going on. I'm sure if I look for fair value, you guys, I can find those too. So liquidity down there. If we break the shaded area, okay, that is the key. Right now, we need the S&P to hold the, if you're a bull, hold the 50. You need the Qs to get through the 50, okay? IWM, I'm not going to talk about that because that was a mess. And I just don't have time to talk about it. But that was a whole catastrophic thing that happened with IWM. So we'll talk about that. If something happens tomorrow, I usually don't do Friday videos because I take that off, but I put out Saturday and Sunday video. I might even replace Saturday's Q&A. I'm not sure I'm going to do it yet. I bet if something happens tomorrow, I'll put out a video about the market and still do the Q&A video. What the heck? You know, I'll hook you up. Okay, we'll do that right there. I'll try because tomorrow's my son's birthday. So we'll see how it goes if I got time for that. But anyway, so that's what we need to happen. All right, I know everybody's going, oh my God, because everybody, you know, all the people have been calling for a crash for a year and a half, 2 years, all over Twitter. Here come the flame videos, all that fun stuff. And that could happen. We'll see, right? Because you can't predict black swan events. Who knows what's going on in the Middle East this weekend or tomorrow? Who knows? But the market does have to price that stuff in. That's how it's going to happen, right? The algos will kick into that. But looking at earnings and data, we do have some. You have your oil stocks. I don't think I have to worry about that too much. And then if you look over here, here's the data. You're going to end up with average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and then the unemployment rate. And you can imagine if that unemployment rate goes up, if the market reacted the way it did, if it was reacting off of all of a sudden softer data is not good, the Fed needs to cut. Because remember, the bank, as I told the members, the Bank of England finally cut today. They waited, they finally did their first cut. So they joined Canada, they joined Australia, they joined the Eurozone. Okay, so it's a matter of time before our Fed folds and starts cutting. Right now, will they do what they always do with 99% of the time? Wait till it's too late to put us in a recession? That's what they do most of the time, right? And so, but the problem is now they're fighting inflation, okay? And so they were late raising rates. Will they probably be late cutting? You can imagine, you know, but look what happened to the Eurozone. They started cutting, they've cut twice now, and they reported inflation ticked back up. Now, it's just one report, we'll have to see if it keeps going, right? But that's usually how it works. If you make money easier to get for people, and all of a sudden people start buying, demand starts surging on lower rates, which I don't think 0.25 basis points is a whole lot. But anyway, if that's the case, we got to see, right? Is 3% the new 2% of inflation? That's what we got to find out. So it's just it's a interesting time to be alive. It's a time you'll never forget, that kind of stuff. But you know, again, keep things in perspective. Just pay attention. Get away from the fear-mongering people, or the people that are always perma bulls too. But that's a whole other story. That they might be more fun to be around since the market does go up 70% of the time. But anyway, just want to put that out there to you. And again, I'll try to put one of those videos out if something happens. If it don't, I'll go with my normal deal and stuff, okay? So please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Let me know what you think. I always love your thoughts. I always read every comment. So I appreciate all you guys. And I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow, if not Saturday.